Network production.
Welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to be talking to someone who helps prepare students for maybe one of the most important and sometimes intimidating parts of launching a career. That's knowing your value and how to advocate for yourself professionally. We're joined by Dr. Emily Hunter, whose work focuses on helping students and young professionals confidently navigate those employment contracts, salary negotiations, workplace communication, and career advancement strategies. From understanding benefits packages to learning how to ask for a raise or a promotion, Dr. Hunter is equipping this next generation with practical skills that many people don't formally learn. So it's really great to have you.
Thanks so much for having me.
on
And
this
this is
show.
always a topic that I love talking about. And it seems like everyone's interested in knowing how they can negotiate better.
Yeah, well, I should have sat down with you many, many years ago because I've been told I am the worst person. It's like, you don't want to pay me for that, do you?
Surely
anyway.
not. Surely not.
And generally, employers are like, yeah, right. I don't.
But
Sorry.
our new students coming out of Baylor or other young people that I work with really are lacking in that confidence in themselves as they're just starting their career. It's a hard position to be in, to believe that you can negotiate for more.
Yeah. Well, so that's what you talked about at the Leading Waco Women seminar, our spring workshop that we had, and you did a whole presentation. It was wonderful. Talking and kind of led us through a little exercise too, where the person we were sitting next to got to play either the employer or, and
the boss, asking for a raise from your boss.
A little bit of role playing. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself and your field of study. What led you to focus on these kinds of negotiation and professional advocacy?
Sure, of course. So my background, I teach right now in the School of Business at Baylor, but my background is not in business.
Mm-hmm.
It's in psychology. So my degree is in industrial organizational psychology from the University of Houston. And I'm always just fascinated by how people think, why they do what they do, how people are in relationships with each other. And that, I think, is what drew me into the course at Baylor to teach how to negotiate, because negotiation is a lot of psychology, and it's really just about how to have interpersonal skills. That's my passion, is to prepare people very practically for their careers and really their lives. Sometimes I have students in my now graduate class, my MBA class, that are getting married. This year I had 2 students who are engaged to get married this summer. And I tell them, this is great like marriage skills class because you learn how to relate to one another.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It can be useful on so many levels. And I'm thinking when you're talking about that, how your background kind of psychology, yet learning how to read other people is pretty crucial, isn't it?
Yes. So one of the things that I promote in my course pretty strongly is to be a better negotiator, you actually have to learn to be a better listener. Really, it's about understanding the people that you're in relationship with. Maybe it's a work relationship or a project at work or a personal relationship, to just better understand who they are, why they think or are acting the way they do, and to just better understand them as a human being, to see them with the dignity that they deserve. All of us have inner desires and inner motivations. And so someone who's negotiating that can learn to listen, to ask good questions, to better understand that person and where they're coming from, can then help negotiate a deal or find a way to come up with a collaborative solution that helps them meet their interests, their needs, while also finding a way to your own needs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So why do you think so many Well, students and then maybe young professionals just feel uncomfortable talking about salary and raises and benefits and those things that are, I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of your life's blood in a way, you know.
Of course. I mean, it's such an important context to negotiate
Yeah.
in, such important application of these skills. I think the challenge a lot of young people face is just lacking confidence or
Right.
believing that they don't deserve a raise or a higher salary because they're early in their career, they haven't developed their skills yet. But actually, when I help them understand that maybe the next person that is negotiating that job is asking for a higher salary and receiving it, that this is actually really common, even amongst entry level jobs, college graduates. It's actually common across your career, right? So really. I want to instill confidence in everyone that I'm helping with negotiation skills, just that confidence to ask because I always say there's almost no consequences that are negative. You really you can't hurt anything to ask your boss or to ask
Yeah, I
your
mean, they're
employer for a raise.
probably not going to say, oh, okay, we'll just find somebody else to do your job. I mean,
That's
that's
right.
not gonna,
People fear that. It is a
they fear
legitimate
that.
fear.
Yeah.
They legitimately fear they're going
That
to
they're
take
not going
that
to need me
offer
at all if
away.
I ask for more money. Yeah.
That's right. But there is a right way and a wrong way to do it, right? So
Okay.
there is a way that you could do it where you do seem greedy or you do seem, interested in the wrong things and asking for more money.
Right.
But most people are interested for the right reasons. So if you can learn how to be relationship focused, how to ask questions, how to help it understand and explain your value to your boss or your future boss, that value is why you're asking for the raise. You're saying, I'm worth more because of the skills, the experiences, the value I will bring to you, and how I will help you make money or how I will
Hmm.
help you reach your
Yeah, I'm going to
goals.
help the organization, reach the
Mhm.
next level.
But that's not often something that people think about. What is my value in the
Right.
context of this job? How do I uniquely bring value to this company or to this supervisor? If we can better articulate that value proposition, then we can ask for more money in a way that successfully is going to convince them, hey, maybe I do need to find a little more to give them the value that they deserve.
Well, and sometimes it's not necessarily more money. It could be maybe, I don't know,
Yes.
an additional week of vacation. Or I don't know. There's
I think
other
we always
ways
want
to,
more money,
yeah.
but we also have to think creatively because
Yeah.
sometimes there's just not more resources that the
Right.
employer
If you
can
know the,
give.
the company's struggling, I
Yeah,
really don't feel
that's right.
comfortable asking them
That's
for
right. So
more.
I've talked through students, in a current job who, maybe they recognize this is maybe not the time to ask for a raise
Hmm.
because I know the company's going through budget cuts. So maybe this is the time to think more creatively. And in any job offer negotiation, think more creatively about all the benefits that are wrapped up into your compensation package. And some of those benefits might be super valuable and important to you
Right.
individually, like that gym membership or the home office expenses or
Yeah.
whatever it is that would really help you be satisfied and productive on the job, that you can ask for those benefits and they might actually be more flexible on giving you those things than they can on salary right now.
Right. Right. Um, so do you think good negotiating skills are something someone's born with? Like I always believed
Mm.
entrepreneurs are kind of born, not taught, but they're just something that drives them. But is it kind of the same with that, or is this something they
Yeah.
really need to learn how to do?
I absolutely believe negotiating is a skill that you can learn, that anyone can learn. I would say the students I have that are more naturally gifted from the beginning of class tend to have that natural confidence. A lot of it is
Mm-hmm.
about confidence, and confidence can be gained through practice and through understanding the skills that you're learning. So to learn how to negotiate, you're going to naturally gain confidence as a negotiator. So some people come in with that, maybe, they just practiced it and learned it early on. But that confidence is going to go a long way for you to be successful in your negotiations.
So how do you practice that? I mean, did they stand in front of a mirror and?
Mm. I think it's finding opportunities to negotiate in our everyday life.
Ah,
We constantly are faced with negotiations, and you may not call it that or think about it that way, but really, anytime that you're working with, talking with another person, emailing with another person, and you're trying to get something, or they're asking you for something. That is a negotiation. We do it constantly. If we can recognize and reflect and approach these daily circumstances from a perspective of, here's an opportunity to practice. My goal in this negotiation is XYZ. I'm going to come at it with a more confident approach, or I'm going to come at it with a more specific, clearly defined goal that I'm going to clearly communicate to them what is my goal, or I'm going to ask them more questions to better understand their perspective and their approach and their background.
Yeah, what maybe
Whatever
their
you're
holdups are.
practicing. Yes, yes. What are their holdups? Because if I can understand their holdups, their obstacles, then I can maybe brainstorm with them
and
on the same
work on
side
it,
to find a way past those obstacles. Exactly.
Yeah. What are some of the biggest mistakes, though, that graduates make when accepting that first job offer?
Yes, I have a lot of students, and this is a great situation to be in. They're clearly pleased with the offer they're given. So maybe the salary is higher than they expected or higher than the average, and that's a great situation to be in. So I think what happens, sometimes they later regret, is when that offer from the employer is a good one, then they accept as is, and they don't take the opportunity, that moment, to negotiate or just to even practice their negotiating skills. And I think sometimes later they regret, they're like, maybe I should have asked for more benefits or more vacation time. And so I really try to encourage them to, no matter how good the offer is, to negotiate something about the offer, because every job offer negotiation is an opportunity for them to practice. And they really want to practice these skills because later in your career, right, you have such more flexibility and opportunity to negotiate for a lot more from the offer benefit package. Because as you gain experience in your career, of course, you're going to be able to get more value. So take every opportunity to practice and don't miss out on one of those opportunities. So I think that sometimes that's a mistake that students find. Another mistake is a lot of times, and this is for anyone, not just my students, you get an email, typically an offer letter, and there's so much in there that is hard to understand. There's language, there's lingo, there's benefit descriptions that don't make sense and are hard to understand. I think sometimes that turns people off from asking questions or from trying to negotiate something that is unknown, that is strange to you. What are these 401k packages, or what are these health benefit options? So really the missed opportunity there is to ask more questions and better understand. And the way that my students, we can learn from the younger generations, the way my students are preparing for their negotiations these days is they are using AI. Because AI is a great place to better understand common benefit terms or lingo that you may not be familiar with. AI can help walk you through it, give you a primer, a background, so that you better understand what is that offer letter saying, so that you can then prepare to negotiate.
Put it in your own language so you understand it. Yeah,
exactly.
So what does it say really to the employer that person, it's not just, oh, this is great, thank you very much, as opposed to, well, let's talk, what about,
That's right.
So what is it?
I mean, you tell me, and I think employers are looking for new hires to be confident in their skills, right? And ability to interpersonally interact and build relationships is a key attribute probably of most jobs. So if you, in the interview and the job offer negotiation, can demonstrate that you have the confidence and ability to build relationships, to ask the questions that need to be asked, and to maybe ask for a resource that you need, that is going to demonstrate to that employer that you're ready, that you're ready for day one of that job, and that you're going to be able to handle bigger challenges on that job, especially, of course, if the role requires sales skills, relationship building explicitly in that role. Then I tell the students there's no way you can't not negotiate. If you don't negotiate your job offer, they're going to question, wait, did I offer the job to the right person? Because they're expecting you to negotiate.
Okay. That's why what I wanted to ask you. But a lot more I want to talk to you about this topic because I think it's something that a lot of people could benefit from. I'm retired, but like I said, I wish I'd heard
You're
this a
still
long time
negotiating
ago.
daily.
But yeah, well, and I think maybe you visit a foreign country, you go to the market, just bartering with something
Hmm.
over the.
That's right. That's
It's
right.
really
That's a
the
fun
same kind of
practice.
thing that crossed my mind. But we will be back. We're going to take a short break. And I want to tell you that today's show is brought to you by Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram, your friend in the car business. They are just having a great time right now, making deals on new cars, trucks, SUVs, and pre-owned cars. There are big sales going on right now. They say, stop by. Let's be friends. There's more of the show ahead.
We're celebrating the declaration of deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $13,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $13,000 off a new Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by.
It's the 2026 Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes, brought to you by the First National Bank of Central Texas. Tour a variety of homes at different price points, plus see the latest trends from beautiful kitchens to outdoor living spaces. See the latest colors and design patterns. This is your chance to walk through homes, meet the builders, and get inspiration for your own projects. The Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes, June 5th, 6th, and 7th, and June 13th and 14th. Tickets are available online or at any parade home. For more information, go to wacohomeparade.com. It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
If he brings you happiness, then I wish you all the best. It's your happiness that matters most of all. But if he ever breaks your heart, if the teardrops ever start, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Si te quiere de verdad y te da felicidad, te deseo lo más bueno para los dos. Pero si te hace llorar, a mí me puedes hablar y estaré contigo cuando listo está. I'll be there anytime you need me by your side to dry away every teardrop that you cried. And if he ever leaves you blue, just remember I love you, and I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. And I'll be there before the next teardrop falls.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Alan Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues and those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
And we're back with Dr. Emily Hunter, who teaches in the Hankamer School of Business, and she kind of helps students learn skills that make them better negotiators when it comes to their job prospects, their benefits packages, and all those great things that I think a lot of people don't realize just how crucial that is for success in life.
Mm-hmm.
To have some of those skills. So some people may fear, and we kind of touched on this, that negotiating could hurt their chance
Yes.
for getting hired. Is that justified or not?
The way that I always approach salary negotiation, this topic with students. So we run a salary negotiation workshop for Baylor students each semester. Of course, I teach it in my class. I always start with the fears. I always say, okay, let's address the elephant in the room. What is holding you back from negotiating your job offer? Because I talk to so many students who are hesitant, are afraid, are worried about several common fears. So one, we discussed the fear of them rescinding the offer. So if I ask for more, they're going to take the offer away and then I won't have a job. That's a big fear. But I tell my students that for years, I went to the career fair at Baylor and I talked to lots of the booths, lots of the recruiters at all of these great companies that were hiring our Baylor students. And I asked them, we are teaching our students how to negotiate. Does that worry you? Do you want to negotiate the job that you're about to offer them? Or are we, setting them up for failure?
For failure, yeah, right.
And every recruiter told me, I'm so glad you're teaching them negotiating skills. They need that in life. They need that on this job. That's a great skill. They welcomed the students to negotiate. They said, now we can't always give them more money, but I would welcome them to ask. So none of my students over the
It's also an opportunity
years,
to learn disappointment.
Yeah, I know. Just, to recover from disappointment,
That's right.
resilience. But 16 years I've taught at Baylor, and I've never had a student tell me, Dr. Hunter, I negotiated a job offer and they took it away because I didn't.
Yeah.
So it's just an unheard of fear. They also are just afraid that they're going to be rejected or that they're going to really be laughed at or be criticized, judged for the negotiating because people are afraid to seem greedy or entitled to their new employer.
Grateful that you've gotten this far.
Ungrateful, exactly.
Yeah.
But I talk to them about the process, the phrasing, the ways that you ask does not have to feel ungrateful. And you have to recognize the recruiter that you're negotiating with, typically it's a recruiter in HR, this is their job. This is what they do all day.
Yeah.
They're giving offers and they're negotiating because candidates are negotiating job offers. So to them, it's normal. To you, it's this scary big thing that you've never done. But to them, it's just an everyday practice. So if you can get in the mindset of the recruiter and think from their perspective, it doesn't seem as scary. It's just part of the deal. It's part of the job offer process.
Yeah. So as women of first-generation professionals, sometimes they might be at a disadvantage when it comes to negotiating these kinds of things and the confidence that goes with that. How can that gap be addressed?
Yes, for sure. Research shows that one of the contributors to the gender gap in pay is the lack of negotiating, the lower rate of negotiations amongst women when they're offered jobs. The research shows the biggest way we can overcome this is just understanding that women, reflecting awareness that women are not negotiating jobs. Simply understanding the statistics on that actually improves women's willingness to negotiate. The other thing that improves their willingness to negotiate is learning the skill of how to negotiate. So women who are taught, and it's simple, like I broke down at the conference the other day, it's simple skills. It's just understanding your value you bring to the company and then phrasing, being able to describe, kind of like an elevator pitch, describe, what that value you bring to the company is, and using that value proposition to ask for your higher salary. When women understand how to do it, then they're much more confident to ask for more money or more benefits, and it evens the playing field between women and men candidates.
So you've been given a job offer, and for a first time student right out of college, and they're like, wow, this is really good. So how much more do they ask? Is there a percentage that, you ought to go ahead and just throw mud against the wall, see what sticks, see if it's going to work or not?
I think there are percentages out there.
Uh-huh.
I don't typically say a particular percentage because it just depends so much on what your value proposition is.
Yeah.
Even my students, which is a pretty similar demographic, even they vary a lot in terms of how much internship experience they bring to that new job, what kind of skills or major or experiences they've had in college, what kinds of employment they've had during college. All of that is going to contribute to the value that you can bring and your ability to ask for a higher salary. So really, it's an individual decision. I try to encourage them to come up with a number that is higher than the original offer, but that number has got to be a number they're comfortable with, right? It's got to be a number that fits their experiences, is not too large that it's disproportionate to the experiences they bring, but also not too small that we're not valuing ourselves well.
Yeah, that it's kind of nominal. Have you seen a shift in how younger generations approach the workplace expectations and those kind of things?
I mean, I guess one trend I've seen with our Gen Z students is just struggling a little bit more with conversations. So in-person, one-on-one conversations, and this is not universal. Some of my students don't struggle at all, but some of my students really do struggle with being able to have a conversation back and forth, which is typically how a negotiation goes as well, and being comfortable there, being comfortable in a face-to-face conversation. So part of my job in class is to really practice a lot, and I actually put them in front of a real recruiter who hires job candidates at a company that works in HR, and I do a mock job offer negotiation. So they have to be face-to-face, one-on-one with a real person who has this recruiter job, and they have to try to negotiate salary so that they're getting that practice because it is so scary to them, to young people of any generation. Even 16 years ago when I started at Baylor, it was still very scary. But I think that those conversational skills are lacking a little bit more in our Gen Z students.
Why do you think that is?
There's just a reliance on technology and lots of other ways that we're seeing that happen. I mean, I feel like to some extent myself, I'm having less face-to-face conversations these days, right? And whenever I do have face-to-face conversations, I value it so much because I'm like, oh, I love this. But I recognize, wow, the last week I did so many Zoom calls or texting and emails.
Right.
And so we're just having less in-person conversations. But most negotiations, of course, plenty of negotiating. Okay, let me say, for a job offer negotiation, the job offer usually comes by email. It might come by text. It starts off as digital, but I always challenge people to get on the phone or get on a Zoom call or get in person to negotiate it. You can negotiate it back and forth by email, but then there's a danger of just so much miscommunication, lack of communication through digital means, that one-on-one, in-person, face-to-face, you're going to have much better communication, richer communication, so that there's no misaligned assumptions.
Right. You don't hear a voice tone. You don't hear, all those kinds of things when it's just a printed message.
Yes.
So you kind of touched on this, the roles that communication style and emotional intelligence play during these negotiations.
Yes, for sure. We do have different communicating styles. There are different, we call them negotiating styles, communicating styles. For example, some people are a little more competitively driven, really enjoy the competitive tone, like to win. That can be a healthy way to approach negotiating. in combination with a collaborative approach where you're also considering the other person and trying to help them win too. I try to teach a balance of competitive and collaborative approaches. So typically someone is either going to be more competitive naturally, or just that's kind of the way that they have, had experiences over the years. Or they're going to be more collaboratively approaching, or they might avoid conflict. Some of us are conflict avoidant. I
just want everybody to be happy.
Yeah, I work with lots of students, lots of people who are conflict avoidant. That is something that you can overcome, but it's challenging. I recognize it's challenging. But I will say, when I first learned negotiation as I was learning my degree and coming out of that degree to teach at Baylor, I didn't like to negotiate either. I didn't like to approach conflict. Of course, conflict was scary or frustrating or all the things. But now I see it more as a problem to solve than something that's emotional and scary. And it can be emotional. But I like to solve problems, and I like to find creative solutions to problems. That's my approach. And if I can see a negotiation, a conflict, even a emotional conflict, as a problem to solve, then I feel like I can approach that from a more level-headed and more logical approach. And that helps me overcome my conflict avoidance. So I do think there's approaches, right?
Yeah.
That based on our typical style, we can find a way to learn the skill to become really good negotiators.
Yeah, so strong negotiation skills can impact somebody's career long beyond that first negotiated contract salary.
Yes, in our salary negotiation workshop, I collaborate. I teach that workshop with a colleague, Judge Wright, Matthew Wright at Baylor. And he likes to say, the best way to lose $1 million is to not negotiate your first job offer. Because even not negotiating 2, 3, 5,000 more on your salary at that first job across your career multiplies when you think about how every raise and every future job will be based on the salary you were making in the previous job.
Correct.
And if you think about benefits, and if you think about compound interest and the ways that you can really enhance your salary, because a percentage of that is going towards your retirement or a contribution. So all of that combined really grows, and it's a huge impact on your career, on your family's financial health, if you're not taking the opportunity to negotiate.
So what do you hope, or what do you wish every college student learned before they enter this phase?
I would say I would hope everyone that I'm working with, not just college students, but I would hope that everyone approaches a new job offer or an opportunity to negotiate a raise at their job, understanding how to prepare for that moment and how to take advantage of that moment. I call it a moment of power. That company has offered you a job. They've chosen you from all of the applicants, all of the people they interviewed. They want you. And that gives you power to ask for more. And they're likely to give you more because they want you to say yes to the job.
Yeah.
And so it's this moment of power. And if we can feel empowered and learn how to prepare our value proposition, how to prepare the strategies, the approaches that we're going to use, how to even prepare our opening line. What are we going to say to start it off, right? Sometimes that's what we have to practice. How to get it started.
You can do that in front of a mirror.
Yes, you can practice in front of a mirror how to get started. If we can just do those preparation practices and take advantage of that moment of power, then you can negotiate every step along your career. And I think you're very likely to get some things out of those negotiations. It won't be perfect. You won't get everything. You won't get exactly the salary that you always dreamed of. But if you can get a little more salary or a little more vacation time or a little more stock options, hey, that is a really great outcome that you should be really proud of.
Yeah. So if somebody's listening or watching who's never negotiated before, the first step, what would you tell them the first step toward being more comfortable advocating for themselves would be?
Yeah. I would say to understand your value. And so you might even ask a friend, a colleague, a family member who knows you well. And you might ask them questions like, what do I do best at work? So in the work context, what your value is. What are my best skills? You could ask your boss or a colleague that you work closely with. What are the gifts that I bring to this role? And what have I done in the past year, the past 5 years, if you're currently on the job, that has really brought value, that has really helped this company reach its goals? If you can maybe write some notes or talk to a friend to brainstorm, what is that value that I uniquely hold, that I bring, that's worth a higher salary? I think that's a good starting point.
Oh, that is great. Well, this is really a great encouragement to anyone who finds himself in a position where they're, needing another position, needing, to move up the career ladder. And, I hear from so many employers, I'm just looking for people who want to come and work, and so putting all that together, but then having the best outcome for yourself when it comes to that paycheck that comes, every other week or whatever.
And hopefully building your confidence in your ability to negotiate for what you need and for what others need to help those around you. This is just a life skill that everyone can improve upon.
Yeah. Have you had any success stories? Somebody who...
I did have a student who really, I would say, had a strong value proposition, had a few internships at Baylor, was a professional selling student, which is a strong program in our
always
business
looking for
school.
good,
such great skills. Was offered a job with the company that he had interned with, so they knew him well. And he asked for, his starting counter offer was $15,000 more of salary. For an entry-level job, that's quite a big ask. But he had an ability to explain why that ask fit the value he was bringing to the company. And he was able to get $10,000 more, plus more vacation time, plus a few other benefits that were important to him. So a huge improvement on his entry-level job offer package. And he said yes to that company, and he went and worked for them. So it is possible. I have lots of success stories. This is something that happens frequently with our entry-level college students. So it's definitely something that you want to try.
Oh, got to be rewarding for you, though, to know that you're changing lives through this.
It's fun. I think that for me, if I can just help empower people, show them their gifts, help them to understand what they can bring to any relationship in their life, and help them build better relationships in their life, then that's wonderful. A wonderful feeling for me.
Oh, yeah. Well said. Thank you so much, Emily. Appreciate
Thanks for having
what you're doing at Baylor, and got a great summer planned, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully to relax and just rest and spend time with family.
Amen. Good thing. Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. I said I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
What you need is a sugar daddy, diamond rings and a brand new caddy. Little things to help a girl make it through. What you need is satin pillows, ribbons flowing down like willows. What you need is me to love you. You're the kind of woman who likes to be on her own, except for those times you need a man all night long. You like the finer things all my money can buy, like the way your body sings, like the fire in your eyes. What you need is a sugar daddy, diamond rings and a brand new caddy. Little things to help a girl make it through. What you need is satin pillows, roving coming down like willows. What you need is me to love you. We could be a secret, our own private affair. I would give the world to you just to know that I'd care. if a friend should find out, if they try to pry, I'll put your pedestal up so high and won't dare to look down. What you need's a sugar daddy, diamond rings and a brand new caddy, little things to help a girl make it through. What you need is satin pillows, ribbons flowing down like willows. What you need is me to love you. What you need is me to love you.
It's our declaration of deals, and savings are moving fast at Allen Samuels Jeep in Waco. Get a 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport for just $32,990. Or take $10,000 off a 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit. Or qualified buyers can get 0% APR for 36 months and no payments for 90 days. Don't stand still. Drive today. Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
It's the 2026 Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes, brought to you by the First National Bank of Central Texas. Tour a variety of homes at different price points, plus see the latest trends from beautiful kitchens to outdoor living spaces. See the latest colors and design patterns. This is your chance to walk through homes, meet the builders, and get inspiration for your own projects. The Heart of Texas Builders Association Parade of Homes, June 5th, 6th, and 7th, and June 13th and 14th. Tickets are available online or at any parade home. For more information, go to wacohomeparade.com.
Somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.